Venceremos. We will win. Are we going to hell in the handbasket? Stop and think about it. I want to review a bit about how I got to this point in life. Since I was a child, I was protective towards those who were weaker, those who couldn't defend themselves, and in my family, among my friends. And so I was a defender when needed. As I got older, I became more aware of what was going on. You know, I remember the day President Kennedy got shot. My friend ran across the schoolyard. Pete, the president's been shot. Shot the president. It was a heavy day. Our teacher was crying in the classroom. We did a little prayer. And I don't remember another heavy day like that other than 9/11. That was another heavy day. So I got involved politically in the late 60s. And my first involvement was with the United Farm Workers Organizing Committee here in Sacramento. Friends of the Farm Workers. And as the years went by, I still support them a little bit as I can, or as I do, you know, online and stuff. But back then, you know, we were involved in food caravans going down to Delano, and I saw Chavez once, and it was beautiful. So much has changed over the decades, you know. And young activists now, I'm encouraged by them, yet I know they also need encouragement. You know, there's been stuff that's been going on for a long time. When we fought against the Vietnam War, you know, I was there in LA the day Ruben Salazar was killed. Chicano moratorium against the Vietnam War. A lot of heavy stuff came down over the years. You know, I got involved in the Brown Berets, and that faded out. At least, you know, to me it should have kept on going. I thought leadership failed us, period. Many people became Chicano opportunists who'd rather work on murals than to do meaningful movement activity, more meaningful. So you're talking about like the late 60s here, you know. Panther Party started October '66, and then because of internal and external contradictions, you know, the Brown Berets faded out, the Panther Party was disbanded, and as was the Brown Berets. So we did a lot of good in terms of against the Vietnam War, America's involvement in the Vietnam War, and you know, a lot came down, you know, in the late 60s, early 70s, at least in my life, my involvement in stuff. I eventually I would get so pissed off about stuff, I would just say, F it, and I would get effed up. And I eventually became an alcoholic. And then I eventually became a dope fiend for less than 2 years. Now I have over 12 years off shooting up dope, and I'm sober, whoop-de-doo. And I realized how, because of my consciousness of what was going on, and having a pretty deep consciousness from when I was young, I would just get so frustrated and so pissed off, I would just say F it and just get effed up. And genius that I am, after years I saw the pattern, and so I don't do that anymore. You know, now I look at the situation in the USA, and what seems new to a lot of people, to me, is not, I won't say it's a repeat, but there's similarities. History does not really repeat itself the same way, but there's some similarities and there's parallels that if we study them, you know, we can learn a lot from. And all in all, I see where if we're going to survive as a species and not become extinct, we're going to have to overcome our core character defects. Core character defects. Greed, hate, sloth, laziness, jealousy. And you know, the 7 deadly sins. Some are worse than others, and they don't apply equally to each person. You know, some may be more lazy than they are hateful. You know, I look at, for example, racism. Fear is a character defect. Racism, to me, is a manifestation of low or no self-esteem. People that have good self-esteem, they don't need to put other people down. High self-esteem, you don't need to feel superior. You know, because you have a self-generated sense of self-love, a self-generated sense of self-respect, a self-generated sense of self-confidence. So you don't need to tease other people or make fun of them and think that you're superior. You know, we're all born with equal rights. And once we leave the starting block, the situation changes rapidly. You know, it could depend upon if you're born in a family of means, or if you're born in a family where, you know, dads are trying to put food on the table. And a lot of our stuff comes from our early childhood development, just common sense. So I look at now where things are so bad, where I kind of feel like, in a way, we're heading to hell in a handbasket. And I think that term, or that ideal, came from France, the guillotine. You know, they chopped the head off and the head fell into a basket. And supposedly that person was not going to go to heaven. He would go to hell. Hell in a handbasket. So, you know, if you're aware, and if you can think, and if you can pay attention, then you should understand certain matters that are going on. You know, the earth, the ecology, the climate change, and even if we were to overthrow the evil empire, and even the people were able to seize power and take command, and there was a people's government worldwide, we would still have major environmental issues that could spell our doom. So I'm at the point now where I still strive for certain things, but I'm not only looking at those things. You know, 2016 elections coming in a few years. You know, I believe we need to exhaust legal, peaceful methods of struggle, including involvement in electoral politics. Yet, when I look at the mass, you know, the masses, we're not going to make it. We simply are not going to make it. I'll still keep trying. You know, I hope I'm not just wasting my time here. You know, worst comes to worst, maybe the Palladians in some galaxy will pick this up at least. You know, life is often weird. Weird things happen. So, you know, woke up this morning and then got the news, which I suspected about Bradley Manning and him wanting to be Chelsea Manning. Which is okay with me. It's, you know, we have the right to self-identify as we want. You know, it's just that there's so much going on that we need to my same theme of the double helix of strive for global revolution as we work on our own personal spiritual liberation. Do what we can to help others along the way and work on ourselves. Work on getting rid of our own character defects and shortcomings, including, I should probably switch to marijuana, but that's against the law. You know, well, revolution is a felony. I use the term liberation. That's it for now. Thank you for your time and attention. I feel a little better already just expressing this. We are as sick as our secrets. So come out of the closet. Come out with your truth. Power to the people.